and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Civil War Hot Toys figure review. Now, I'm so sorry for going away and not doing videos for a while. It's just because there haven't really been any new releases recently, so I just thought, may as well take this time to take a break and just wait for them to eventually release some new figures. Still waiting, unfortunately. I didn't pick up any of the Last Jedi figures, but I'm considering going back and actually picking up that Rey and maybe some Praetorian Guards. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, I have been going hard on the Civil War line. I've been trying to collect the entire line, and the only figure that I'm missing is currently Hawkeye. But for some reason, Black Widow is going for an insane amount of money on the aftermarket, so I managed to pick her up for a reasonable price, so I thought may as well pick her up to complete the line, and also to give you guys a look at a bit of an older figure and compare it to that Infinity War figure. So without further ado, let's get all of her accessories out here and take a look at everything she comes with. So taking a look at the accessories that come with the Black Widow, first things first, we'll start off with the generic sort of Team Iron Man display base that she comes with. So obviously you can see the arc reactor and the red, as well as the Black Widow nameplate on the front there. So just typical for the rest of the Civil War line. Now taking a look at some of these smaller pieces, you can see that she comes with her electrified sort of shock bracelets. So we saw these in the Age of Ultron version as well, and these are pretty much identical. So you can see the blue paint on there, meant to replicate the electricity going through those. Now this Ant-Man also does come with the figure, and he is really, really awesome. I'm so happy that they went ahead and included this one. I think this was one of the first tiny little Ant-Man figures to be included with the Civil War figures, but obviously they kept doing that with some of the other releases, which was pretty awesome. Now he does come with a display base. He does like to separate off there from time to time, so just be careful, but the paintwork on him is pretty darn awesome, so that's cool. Now she does come with the sort of nightstick or police baton, which does collapse into a smaller version, which I have currently stored on the figure. So any accessories that I have stored on the figure, I will show you when we're looking at the figure herself. So you can see a nice glossy paintwork on those. She also comes with the extended versions of her little baton pieces. So these are very, very similar, if not identical, to the Age of Ultron versions, which are pretty awesome. And you can see that they have a silver tip down the end there as well as some translucent plastic through there, meant to replicate, I guess, electricity coursing through, as well as the typical sort of Black Widow hands with the lines continuing on from her bracelets, which have those electrified pieces. So definitely a standard sort of run of accessories included with this figure, but still what you get is pretty awesome nonetheless. Now, getting a closer look at the head sculpt on the Black Widow figure from Civil War, you can see that they have done a terrific job with the likeness to Scarlett Johansson. Now, just moving the hair out of the way because it does cast a shadow, you can see that it really, really does have that intensity in the eyes like she had in the film. Now, I have been a sort of long since hater of rooted hair on figures. It is just a pain in the ass to work with. It flies around everywhere, and it just sort of, this pieces flying up everywhere, I guess like real hair, but it still sort of is really annoying. I wish they had gone with sculpted hair. And I said the same exact thing with the Infinity War version, which I will bring out here for comparison in just a bit. But nevertheless, the head sculpt itself is absolutely awesome. Now you can see that I've also included the batons. These are the smaller versions of the nightstick, even though I have one in her hand, just in the back there, just as an example piece, because that is where you can store them. Now I'll just zoom down a little bit and I'll give you a look at the rest of the outfit. Now, taking a look at the rest of the outfit, you can see that I've got some of the accessories stored on her person at the moment. So I have the little pistols on there as well, and this one in the hand, you can see that the slide does actually move on the pistol, which is an awesome attention to detail. Now, you can see that she's got the unlit version of her bracelets on there, so they don't have any of the blue paint, they're just black, which is really awesome. And you can see that the outfit is almost identical to the one on the Infinity War version, and because I got that figure first, I thought that it was pretty much all new. But lo and behold, it is pretty much identical to the Civil War version that we have here, which is a little bit interesting, but I guess it is accurate to the film. So what we'll do now is we'll zoom down a little bit. I'll give you a look at the boots. So if you've seen my Infinity War Black Widow video, you will know that these boots are pretty much identical. They have very, very limited articulation. They are pretty much a solid plastic piece. Now, for some reason on my Infinity War version, one of the boots was actually bigger than on the other side, as in the leg hung down just a little tiny bit more, maybe half a centimeter just down a little bit more than this foot, so it stood sort of like this, which was really annoying. But I sort of pushed it down now and managed to make it a little bit better, but this figure has been absolutely fine. You can see she's also got the knee pads. Now, there is a little bit more weathering on the outfit on the Infinity War version, and you know what? Without further ado, let's just get the Infinity War version out here and do the comparison. Now, doing a bit of a comparison between the new Infinity War Black Widow compared to the older figure, you can see that the paintwork on the new figure is just far and away much more lifelike. That looks like a real person in a 1/6 scale. They have nailed the facial sort of texture and paintwork on this figure. This one doesn't look too terribly bad, but this figure looks much better. The intensity in the eyes is much more accurate on this one, and the color of the actual skin tone is much less tan on this one. It's much lighter, as well as obviously the new hair. Now, the outfit itself is pretty much identical between the Infinity War version and the Civil War version. You can see that they're pretty much identical, except the paintwork on this version is much more weathered. Now, there looks like there's a bit of a height difference. I promise you there is not. They are both exactly the same height. It's just that this one looks a little bit shorter because the top of her hair, it's completely whited out by the super bright LEDs in the light box. But nevertheless, they still look really awesome, each from their respective movies, and I'm glad that I have them both. Just wrapping up on this Hot Toys Black Widow figure. Now, I think this is far and away the single best release in terms of classic version that we have ever gotten for Black Widow. The hair is very well done, the skin complexion is not quite as accurate as the Infinity War version, but if you're looking for the classic sort of outfit and the classic hairstyle, this is the one to go for. Now, for some reason, I don't know exactly why, the price has shot way up on the Black Widow figure from Civil War. Now, if you are still looking for it, I do suggest checking the local Facebook groups, asking around, seeing if you can find one for a decent price, because she is not worth the $500 and something that people are asking for. I just really don't know why she's shot up so high. Just because there are a ton of Black Widow figures on the market. There's one from each Avengers movie as well as Civil War, and now obviously the Infinity War figure coming out. So I'm not sure exactly why this one in particular has gone so far up in the aftermarket value. But either way, if you can find her for a decent price, absolutely pick her up. She's an awesome figure. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, like, comment, and subscribe if you can. And check out my social links down below. My Instagram game, I have been trying to step it up with better photos of these figures, so definitely do check that out. The links are down in the description below. And as always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.